that normal?
I'm doing that. I think we're online though.
Are we online?
So we start that off with you. You. Oh, I'm gonna take these off.
Yeah, take the spectacles off.
Take the spectacles off. Okay. So we gotta get here. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we may be online. Suck in the gut.
So gonna get. Yeah. You. All right. There we are.
Right.
And then we mute this.
Yeah, mute that so we can.
Okay. And then we make it bigger. Oh shit. There we go.
Hey.
Now we're live.
Yay.
Yay.
The Mick and Duane show.
Mick and Duane show.
After a month.
Yeah, we've had a month off.
3 weeks. Something like
Well,
that.
I've been busy with the work thing.
Yep.
So just to let you know, it's behind,
Yeah,
especially at first. But
turn your radio down,
as it goes,
as they say.
turn the radio down. I always turn it down too low.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
No, I'm talking about when people call into the radio.
Oh, yeah.
They
Turn your
always
radio
tell-
down.
Turn your radio down. They're waiting.
All right. They got the echo. Echo.
Echo.
Echo.
Who calls into the radio anymore?
I don't know.
Nobody.
See, it's already caught up with us. Coolness. All right. So another episode of the Mick and Duane show.
Yeah. Impromptu. Last minute. But we're all
Last
here.
minute.
So
Yeah.
we're here.
Not much advertising on and getting it going. See how much closer it is now?
Yeah.
See, it's getting closer. It catches up. So, see, how'd that get? I gotta turn that shit down. So you hear when you hear it talking, it fucks with you. So, I have been busy.
He's been busy.
I've been busy.
Traveling.
Traveling. Been to Texas a couple times. Way up in Ohio.
Down in Texas and
Yep.
Louisiana.
Down in Shreveport. Yep. So did you see my picture of the dude with the cool shoes?
No, I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I posted that. As soon as
Yeah.
I got sitting in the airport for like 3 hours waiting on another guy to show up, I sat there
Yeah.
bored out of my mind.
So you looked at people's shoes.
I was people watching. You know, what else is there to do?
Nothing.
But there was some gentleman.
Yeah.
He had these cool high tops. They were gold. I don't mean yellow.
Like
I
MC
mean,
Hammer gold?
I mean gold. They were awesome. I was like, man, I gotta have me a pair of those.
Mm-hmm.
He was an older African American gentleman.
Yeah.
Had some gold on his pants, and he looked pretty cool. I was like, that's a pretty cool get up, man.
Yeah.
He was rocking it.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Oh, just spread a little bit. Yeah. All right, cool.
So,
But,
what you were saying about Guns N' Roses and stuff?
Oh yeah, we'll get in there. Let's see.
What were we talking about? Gold shoes.
Gold shoes.
Yeah.
So we're talking about gold shoes. So see, none of this is playing. We have a symbolic gesture. Just happened to be recording tonight, and he was
Special
lucky.
guest.
He was lucky enough to be included on the Mick and Duane show this week.
So we welcome Will.
Will Morgan,
Hi, say
aka
hi, Will.
Hi, I feel honored. I really do. I'm really honored.
aka symbolic gesture.
Yep.
Yeah, you just happen upon. We have lots of requests to be on this show, people, and we don't just let anybody on the show.
You
just,
should
I
feel
did.
honored.
I did.
You was just here the right night. Special guests are rare.
I got some swampland out there. You feeling it? Who we got? We got Russ Bryan, first off. Hey, Russ.
Russ? What's Russ doing on here?
What's Russ doing on here? Checking on his sons.
Yeah.
See what shit he's into. Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Bonnie. All kinds of people.
All kinds of
Laura
people.
Neal. Hey, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Stephanie. Larry.
Larry Zimmerman.
Hey, Rod Williamson. Hey, Rod. Jimmy
That's
Thompson.
right. See, Rod Williamson, he says, Mick Bryan.
Man,
the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, more than myth.
The myth. His myth. My old guitar teacher, Jimmy Thompson.
I gotta meet this guy. I never even met him.
He will be a special guest at some point.
Well, yeah, come on down, Jimmy. We need
Yeah.
to be a special guest, and you can teach me a few licks.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
He's
because I need a few more licks.
he's a cool
I've used
dude.
the same ones for years.
He's a cool dude. If you can hear the music, we're spinning Symbolic Gestures' debut album, The Fields of Nowhere. Recorded last year, released. It's on iTunes,
Everything.
YouTube, all that stuff.
Instagram,
Snatch,
Play.
CD babies,
Snatch Chat.
yeah,
You know, everything. It's all of them. Snatch Chat, that's Aaron Miller's thing.
yeah.
Aaron had he was going to have a new social media thing that women just send pictures of their stuff to each other. It's going to be called Snatch,
Hey, Laura.
Snatch Chat.
Good to see you.
He's not right though.
Yeah. Who is?
This past week though, I told a ton of these jokes, and the biggest hit was Russ Bryan's joke.
Yeah. Which is?
How do you please an Amish woman?
I don't know.
2 men a night.
There you go, Russ.
Hey, Russ Bryan. You get it?
Yeah.
2 men a night. Russ Bryan joke. That was the biggest hit of the last 2 weeks.
Oh, crap.
Where I'm going tomorrow, one of my coworkers, and I never say who I work for. I don't want anybody to know who I work for or anything. But anyway, one of my coworkers called and told me, said the place that you're going when you leave, he said, be very careful. He said you'll run into a lot of Amish buggies.
Yeah.
You know, because I may be leaving before
hopefully you
daylight.
don't
Yeah, I don't want to run
into
into. Yeah, you'll see a lot.
You'll see them.
Yeah. Well, up where the cabin is up in Gallipolis.
Right. There's some up there.
Yeah, there's Amish up there. You can go into that Walmart there in Gallipolis and see them.
When we go back up there, it's been a weekend riding.
Sure. Let's do that.
We did that once before. We didn't ride very much.
We didn't ride.
We drank a lot.
We drank too much the first night to where we didn't want to do
The
it.
second night was like, oh.
I didn't even see you like the second day.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, good times. You slept all day, and I was just like, he's not gonna wake up.
Me?
Was it me or
Yeah,
you?
you slept longer than I ever thought you would ever sleep.
Did I?
Yeah.
I was tired.
Yeah, you're tired. Oh, shoot. That's a good place up there. Who else we got?
I'm zooming in.
Janice Hampton. You know him?
Guinness Tips. What's up? My old cuz out in California.
Who's
California. Loretta.
Loretta?
Yep.
Your cousin's named Loretta Huff?
Hey, Rod's
Yes.
got a suggestion.
My
Interesting.
sister.
We need a live show.
married
Maybe
into
get Will to open
Huff.
up for you. Sure. Diversity's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, diversity. I gotta figure this out here. There we go. We can do
My
this
sister
slow.
married
It's
a
coming
Huff.
to you.
My sister married a Huff, so who knows?
Yeah. No. Let's see if we can slide back over to me.
Not sure.
Yeah, I got it wrong. But anyway, it's coming back to me
Yep.
here in a second. But anyway, my mom's sister, I don't know how she hooked up with this guy, but wound up moving and living in Riverside, California, which is a suburb of LA. So
When you go visit.
sure,
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, that's all cool with me. So we'll just
Got Will's good, I think first hit single probably is a Milwaukee cigarette
Milwaukee.
playing in the background.
the Milwaukee cigarette.
Milwaukee cigarette. Should
Which-
be a story behind that.
Well, there is, but
It's more fun to let people wonder.
yes,
Yes.
let people wonder what is it. I've heard people say, "What is a Milwaukee cigarette?"
I
It's like,
wonder for a
"Ah."
couple of years, and we may tell them after that.
No, I say we
Just
never.
keep it wondering.
Yeah,
Never?
No,
Yeah. Okay.
just let them.
Yeah, y'all just wonder.
Yeah, just wonder.
Oh, shit.
So we're in here with Will, Symbolic Gesture. He's already got started on his second album, number 2,
Real good start.
Scribblings
For
the Man. I always
man.
say of
yes,
the man.
You're killing me with that.
Well,
I mean, you're
okay, so think about it. Scribblings of the man or for the man? So who's doing the scribblings?
me, but I'm doing it for the man.
Okay, well it's either you're mad,
I am mad, but I'm doing it for the other man.
you're doing it for the other man.
The
That's
mad
right.
or the mass?
Both.
If he's the one mad, scribblings of the man, then the guy writing it, he's mad.
Right.
Or he's writing
And I'm
For
using
the mad, which is a big mass of people that.
that are mad.
That are mad.
I'm using mad in the sense of like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
get
get
that.
that.
I got
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't know if
But it's the
everybody
for
does.
the or of the. that gets us.
For.
Scribblings for the mad. It's scribblings for the people that are.
Well,
the writer could be saying it for
right.
the mad.
That's why I asked him. That's why I asked him when he was talking about it. I said,
He's
are
doing it
you
for
the
the
one
mad.
that's mad, or are they the ones that are mad?
But the people listening could be taking it as of the mad.
I don't know, it's kind
Or
of
of massive mad.
I kind of
Maybe they're both mad. Then what would you call them?
Whatever the writer wanted to call it. It's a vicious cycle.
They were both mad.
it's almost like
Scribblings for
Mad
the mad.
scribblings.
Yeah,
Mad-
mad.
Mad scribblings. Yeah, whatever.
yeah. I like For the Mad, so that's
Okay.
yeah. But it's more like I don't know, like some of my favorite writers and different people like that. It's more like a homage to them in some way. It's like For the Mad.
That's good.
The people that are looked at as, I don't know, like you get, I mean, some of the classic writers like Thomas Hardy or Aldous Huxley. You know, they wrote about these kind of like gloom and doom.
I read one of his books.
Almost dystopian world. Yeah, Brave New World.
Brave New World.
Yeah.
Very good book.
Yeah, it is. I love that book. And a
It's
lot of that
It's
stuff.
kind of 1984
I like it too.
stuff.
It came before, though. It came before 1984.
Yeah, it's
The
kind
book,
of
1984.
yeah, it's kind of rushish,
Okay.
which of course borrowed from me and Rand. It's
Yeah,
kind of that dystopian type.
He wrote it in the
Stuff.
30s.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But anyway, it's kind of like an homage to that. Some of those guys, you know, it's just like,
He's a literature major. He knows stuff.
Yeah.
sure,
major.
we'll go with that.
We were technical majors.
Or even like people like, I don't know,
Oh, shoot.
some more like, it could, you know, it could also be an homage to some famous philosophers like Aristotle. It could, you know what I mean? It could, you could take that and however you wanted to, and that's kind of one of the cool things about it.
Yep.
I mean, people interpret things differently, so For the Mad. I mean, I don't know.
For the mad
But
masses.
and it kind of like it's got a hint of like the Brain Damage by Pink Floyd, the lunatic on the grass, that type of thing. We were talking about that at one time.
So you have Dane Bramage?
Sure.
No, okay.
Dane Bramage.
So he's a huge Floyd guy, and recently I've grown to hate Roger Waters even more and more and more. I wish he'd just shut the fuck up and let his music,
Yeah. Sometimes that needs to be.
you know.
I love him. I think he's a jerk, but I like him.
I know. I wish they would quit.
In some ways. I mean, I don't think he's a jerk in the way you're probably talking about.
I wish they wouldn't publish their stories. That's not news.
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a fuck what?
What we care about is their music.
Right.
Yeah. That's okay.
And I hear.
They get too much into their
Listen
personal
to the
life.
bass line right here.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like
It is
angels,
awesome.
isn't it?
That's fun.
Yeah. Goodbye Blue Monday.
That is the Dwayne Chris playing that line.
Yeah. And it came to me.
That's right. It was a gift.
It was a gift.
It was a gift. It just somebody gave it.
Eddie says his music was a gift from somebody.
Right. Somewhere.
We don't know where it came from because man, it was
Somebody-
it was a good gift.
I mean, it was a fucked up alien that come in and give it to him. It's just out of this world.
But I like to say the 7-Jet Volley gesture. Will's music is progressing, like some progressive music of the early 70s. I mentioned some earlier, but I'll just leave it at that. I think it's grown good. It's really turning into something. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed the first album too, you know.
Yeah. Nick said that's going to be looked at as like a deep cut type thing.
It's
kind of cool.
It's getting deep.
It
It's getting deep in here.
Yeah. Well, the first, like, I don't know. That's what he called it. Or, I don't know if he said I think
No,
he said
but whatever's happening, just let it keep happening because it's going in a good room. Good room.
with the additions of Chris Grizzell and hopefully, Andrea, if you're watching this.
Hey, Andrea.
If you are, that would be great if you...
They're not friends with me. This is on my personal stuff.
Right, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, but Chris is a part of it, and that's really helped. And I think he suits some stuff.
He
real
does.
well.
He came in and did real well on all the drums on all his stuff.
Yeah.
He obviously listened to the songs and crafted his parts. You know,
Which, I
he
mean,
didn't just come in and go. Blah, 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 blah. He knew the songs and crafted his parts to fit the songs. It was really cool.
yeah. The way I found Chris, he came over with his kit and stuff, and we played, and there was kind of like instant chemistry. You could kind of know. I think if that's the biggest test. If you play with somebody, then you're gonna know really fast whether it's gonna work out. And he was great. He's always been great. So I'm a fan.
We have news.
What?
We have news.
We never know. We never know because
I do the news. I look up news and then we talk about current news.
Oh, okay.
It's music news.
Yeah, we need that little typewriter.
I told you I was going to get those sound effects, but yeah, it's yet to surface.
Well, you've been traveling all over.
True.
Who knows where?
True. I've been busy. I'm a busy guy.
Yeah. Making good money.
What did I do with my news? Okay.
What'd you do with your news?
Here we go. Nope. Hit the wrong button. All right. All right. Let's talk about this.
All right, let's talk about it. This.
The damn Kiss farewell tour.
Surely you don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Never been a fan of Kiss.
There's shit happening.
Yeah.
There's shit happening. Kiss.
I've never been a fan.
Come on, dude. 40-some years. Can't deny 'em.
Yeah, you can.
Can't deny 'em.
Oh, I mean, I can.
Greatest show on earth. No, you can't.
Yeah.
40
Sure.
years. 40 years.
You can deny them, but it won't do no good because they were there.
Yeah.
And they've been there.
They're in the conversation. They don't get their due for their music. The music is
Okay.
simple. It's melodic.
And
It's well performed.
yeah, several anthems. The stadium anthems was hard to beat. You go to a rock show, you want to hear those anthems.
Yeah. I went to their show. You went a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah.
I thought they were awesome.
Yep.
The show, they're about the visual as well, but I know they're old. You know, I like the old music.
They're incorporating new stuff in the show that couldn't even happen in the 70s.
Yeah.
Even in the 70s, their show was considered better than anybody else's out there.
Mhm.
It was just a show.
Their live show, man.
It wasn't only music, it was audio, visual, it was theatrics, it was everything.
Yeah.
And it always has been, and it continues.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say about
But the music is there too. I mean,
the drama behind the scenes
good.
is what sucks.
I just
Yeah.
never got into it. You know, I can know my cap to them. Say yeah.
See, here's the thing.
Something.
Here's the thing, Will.
Floyd did the theatrics too. You know.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Will. There's theatrical bands. There's deep progressive stuff, and I love the progressive stuff. Is my favorite.
Technical, really technical.
That's my favorite stuff. But I also like the simpler stuff for the melodies and the hooks and singing about dicks and
Like
pussy and stuff.
Yeah. Just like Poison. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's good. It's catchy. It's still got guitar, which I love.
I don't know.
But it's not my favorite. But
I mean, I
it
can.
serves a purpose.
yeah,
You throw on Poison, we just want to have fun tonight, or what's their anthem? I can't even think of it, but it's just, it's a party song. You throw it on, it's a party. That's what it is.
Like I like the '80s, but the '80s people I like are like The Cure and the Smiths. Sort of Smiths. And Pat Morrissey's kind of. I mean, he's a jackass, but I mean, I like The Cure and Smiths.
And I want to rock and roll all night.
The late
That's
80s.
just that's
Shout
just
it
a
out
party
loud.
song. Shout it out loud.
I just never got in.
Love Gun.
Love
It's
Gun.
just
Depeche Mode's okay. I like
Party song.
Violator.
yeah. See, you're way weirder than us.
Okay. Yeah.
But we
But we
lived,
love you.
We,
Yeah. Sure.
We
I
love
love
you,
you guys
Scott.
too.
but
Yeah.
we lived it though.
Ooh, that's a completely
We lived
different
it.
thing.
We grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the disparity that Gene may have caused with his words.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What do you
Nah,
mean?
he just needs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
That's what it all boils down to.
What I always wanted, is okay. Let's let the original four go out.
Dude,
Peter Chris can't play as much a full show. He can play 2 or 3 songs.
that's what they say.
Yeah.
I
That's
bet
what
he
they're
could. I bet he could.
Well,
But
they have their problems, and they've had their problems.
exactly,
With
and we've been through that as well.
Right.
So would you, as Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, book this tour and trust that those two guys would be able to keep it together? Hell no.
I would have Tommy Thayer and I'd have Eric Singer replace them at the first sign during the show. All of them be a makeup.
So what's happening there? Why are they?
They're fucking druggies and drunks.
Oh,
Peter
okay.
Criss and Ace Frehley both had alcoholic problems throughout their career as Kiss.
Yeah. Now Ace has actually had his shit together and been sober for 10 years.
Right.
But it's, you know, you can't.
As a fan, what I'd like to see is all four of them come out.
Sure.
Right?
As a fan.
And if
as
Ace gets too drunk that night, then Tommy Thayer steps in.
a band leader.
If Peter Criss gets too messed up that night, or can't play the whole show, Eric Singer steps in.
As a band leader.
Both of them put the makeup on. Both of them do it.
As a band leader, I agree. No.
No, just leave Ace and Peter out of it.
Yeah. Bring them for a show or two.
Mm-hmm.
Special guest. That's it.
Have them 2 songs scheduled.
Are they not? Are
Sure.
they still in the band?
No.
No.
Why?
Even
Because of
actually,
that?
Yeah.
even
It's
during the
been going on for
reunions,
20, 30 years.
even during the reunion shows, they were hired as hired guns. They
Yeah.
were not part of the
Right.
band.
They can't keep it together, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would love it if the whole band and everybody was all happy and jolly and blah 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 blah. But ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. And to me, it's just like Van Halen.
News.
News? Okay. I didn't know news on Van Halen.
Van Halen news. Okay. Now, when all this shit come out about the Van Halen reunion, blah 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 blah, Michael Anthony says, "Oh, I haven't heard them since 2004."
Right.
Okay. Of course, the big mouth of the Van Halen camp, or former Van Halen camp, is who? Sammy.
Yeah.
So Sammy comes out and says, I got it right here. Sammy says Michael Anthony was contacted by Van Halen's management 6 months ago about possible Van Halen tours.
Well, again, as a fan, I'd like to see
Well, there was really
the whole genre of the band.
there was really no beef with him.
No,
It was just
the
that
beef
they,
was that he stuck by Sammy,
yeah,
and he
But-
continued playing with Sammy.
but he
after
wasn't
they
a
could
fuck
get
up or anything,
No,
you know.
I don't even know that story. So yeah.
Yeah,
So I would like to see him come out, and they play the original 4
sure.
albums with Michael Anthony and David Lee Roth, and I'd like to see them play with Sammy singing some of the good Sammy songs. I'd like to see Wolfgang even playing some keyboard or guitar behind his father. Just the whole. I just want to see the whole group, because there was David Lee Roth era and there was Sammy Hagar era, whatever. They were both good.
Yeah. Which one was the better?
Original.
The original.
There is no beating the original.
Right. But they never had a number.
Actually, Van Halen is the only one that has the second band being as close to the first band than anybody else that I know of.
Which one which one
AC/DC.
Yeah,
which one
that's pretty close.
which one did they
Yeah,
Van Halen have more hits with as far as actual charting songs?
Van Hagar.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Sammy.
Yeah.
They got more commercial sound.
Yeah, but the commercial is not
It don't
what
have
a rock band
it don't have that raw
album sells,
And I love the Sammy stuff too, you know.
except for the electronic drums.
I've never liked Alex's drum sound, even from album 1. But when he played, you knew it was Alex.
It's Alex.
It's Alex Van Halen. Who's that? That's Alex Van Halen playing drums.
So,
You just knew it.
you know, the thing is, you could have Chickenfoot or
Chickenfoot.
Four Circle.
Satriani's in that.
The Circle.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah,
You could
Satriani
have-
and Sammy and Michael Anthony and
Right, you could have
Chad
them
Smith.
open up. You could
Chad Smith
have
from,
You say Full Circle?
the Circle is the Sammy's band with Michael Anthony, with Led Zeppelin's drummers, Jason Bonham,
Jason Bonham, yeah.
on drums, and Vic Johnson, I think, on guitar. So you can have them open up. You can have You can have Wolfgang come out and do from what's the latest album?
I don't know. I would just rather see just the four originals come out, do that shit.
You could have the Van Hagen era open up. I don't know. I just think there is two distinct bands there.
The last show I saw Van Halen, saw them at Cincinnati. Wolfgang was playing bass. They played all old stuff, deep cuts. Hands down, best Van Halen show I've ever seen. I saw the Roth era. I saw Sharon during that one weird tour.
What if you'd never seen any of the eras? Would you like to see both eras or three eras? Would you like to see Extreme open up for Chickenfoot, open up for Van Halen, and all members of Van Halen?
Yeah, if I'd never seen all that, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, just make it an Extreme. I mean, Monsters of Rock, they used to do it.
Yeah.
Monsters of Rock 2, Extreme, Chickenfoot,
Okay.
Van Halen, Van Hagar opening up for Van Halen.
I can smell. I can smell what you're dealing.
Yep. It would be.
I can smell what you're dealing. Okay, I get what you're saying. But as a purist,
Which is Extreme? Do you guys like Extreme?
fuck yeah,
Hell yeah.
You haven't dug back and listened to Extreme?
Yeah, Extreme.
Is that more than words?
They are more than words.
More than
More
words.
than
They
words.
are way more
I
than
hate
that.
that
And the
song,
singer,
man.
They are
singer
way-
Gary Sharon
I hate
replaced
words.
Sammy Hagar
Oh.
and Van Halen.
Oh,
Van
okay.
Halen.
One album.
That's why you like Extreme so much.
No. Van Halen, Gary Sharon was better with Extreme than he ever was with
They're
Van Halen.
deep. They're deep stuff, man. You listen to Extreme.
Gary Sharon,
Go back
awesome
to
singer, great singer. Extreme, great band, awesome. They gelled together and everything. Gary Sharon, Van Halen,
Here's how I always.
it just didn't gel.
Here's how I always explained it
Mhm.
with Gary Sharon and Van Halen was. I like grapefruit juice, and I like chocolate milk, and I don't like them together.
It
You
just
know?
didn't work
It
together.
just didn't work.
They're great.
But separate, they're great.
Extreme.
Yeah, they got mental better for playing guitar.
Unbelievable band. Unbelievable. They just
Unbelievable.
worked together.
Yeah,
You
More
take
Mars
Gary
is the only
Sharon-
one you heard because it was. That's the one that hit on the radio. But no, they got great stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. Is
I like Jack
you want to
Black's
make a
cover
Monsters
of
of
it.
Rock tour.
It's funny.
You take a
You ever seen
string, Chickenfoot,
No.
circle, whatever you want to call it, and then put Van Hagar, Van Halen. A Van Halen, the four original, is what's closing it out and making the statement.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's four bands. You're going to sing Extreme,
Take them all out. Get everybody.
Chickenfoot,
Even
Circle, Van
get
Halen,
what was the guy that?
Van Hagar, and then Van Halen.
What about the guy that was almost in Van Halen? The
Yeah.
good looking fucker. Mitch Malloy.
Yeah.
It'd been great.
Yeah.
When you call it Van Hagar, did they actually change the name?
No, it's just what everybody calls it. That era.
Yeah.
Van
They
Hagar.
may have should have.
No. No. Don't do that. All right.
Next news bulletin.
Next news. All right. So this is okay.
Gilmore's selling all his guitars.
I saw that. He's selling all kinds of shit.
All of it. The black Strat. He's
Must
got
have
the
had it, of course.
first. He's got the number one. No, he didn't. He really didn't. He just said he's done with it. He's got he's got the Strat that has the serial number 0001.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's got all kinds of cool stuff.
Mm.
He's got like over 200 guitars.
You interested, Mick?
He must need money.
And he's donating it all to a charity. All the money he makes. He said he hopes somebody else finds tunes on him, but he's gotten all the tunes he thinks he can get, out of those.
All right,
He's
how
kind of
old
wants to
is he?
start over. He wants to start over.
How old is he?
He's I think 72,
All right.
73.
Well, we thought he needs a new guitar to inspire him.
Okay. Sure.
So,
He'll probably just buy it.
no, I need somebody to make something. Just
He might buy an Ibanez.
Ibanez, yeah.
Ibanez
that's
is
awesome.
the new-
guitar. That's just.
I highly doubt it.
Ibanez should have killed the Stratocaster. In my opinion, it should have killed it, but it didn't.
You want kicked off this fucking show? Shut up.
I'm telling you, it's better. Ibanez should have killed the Strat.
Ibanez.
People have ruined the Strat, man. Jimmy and David Gilmore were great, and then now John.
All right,
there.
next news bulletin.
Next news bulletin. It's still about Kiss though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Since I have Okay, and this is a segue into something else.
Okay.
So Nikki Sixx has called out Kiss for using backing tracks.
Is that
Using
true that
backing
they did?
tracks. I don't know.
A lot of people do that.
Well, Paul Stanley probably needs it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
After so many years of the abuse that he's done, back in the day, you couldn't beat the dude.
no.
You could not beat him.
Showman,
Showman,
guitarist, singer.
singer,
Yeah.
everything. Had it all.
Mercury.
You know, when I
Ready?
first went
Come
and
on,
said,
man.
we're talking about
I mean,
Kiss.
I'm
dude.
telling you, that's close to beating it. You
But
said
he
you
had
can't beat it.
everything.
Okay.
But he had it all.
Yeah, he had more than most singers.
Yes. When I was a kid growing up, and I had the Kiss posters on the wall and all that, and I listened to the Kiss records and all that, and Ace Frehley was he was my favorite. I liked his get up. He played the guitar, everything, and then in January of 1979. January 11th, 1979, when I went to my first concert,
Yeah.
Kiss Alive 2 tour, and I saw Paul Stanley had that whole crowd in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
He was my favorite right
He plays Ibanez.
that moment.
You know that?
He does.
He does.
Iceman.
Yep.
Iceman's.
It's because Ibanez, they're great, RG over the
He's not a
shred.
real guitar player,
You
but
just said,
so it's okay.
Okay. You just said,
But he's not a real guitar
you're
player.
talking about how great Kiss is now. The fact that they
Yeah,
play
but he don't-
Ibanez makes them less than.
He plays a
He's a
little bit.
rhythm guitar player.
Yeah, it's a prop for him. It's a
Well,
prop.
the RG over the Strat. That's all I'm saying. It's
Okay, so Nikki Sixx is the one that called them out.
The
So
backing tracks.
yeah, so whatever to make the show.
Well, they had.
I'm okay.
They had the Nasty Habits. They had somebody else singing for them.
True. Had,
So
had two hot chicks singing with them called the Nasty Habits.
Well.
They were nasty too. Oh, they were
Yeah.
It's kind of. It's kind of
Nasty in a
demeaning.
good way.
Really.
It's kind of an odd name, isn't it?
Kiss should have.
the two chicks.
What do you call
The
Nasty
Nasty
them?
Habits.
The
Habits.
Nasty
It's
Habits.
not just what
That's
we call
kinda-
them. It's what
Yeah.
everybody calls
Well, I
them.
know
So
that's
it's their
what
name.
they called them.
I thought there was three of them.
No.
I thought it was two.
There was two or three of them. No, they weren't.
Ah,
Oh, they're
yeah.
nasty looking.
What did they
Yeah,
do?
nasty in a good way.
They danced and looked good. And
It looked
sang.
like they were singing. They probably didn't do shit.
Yeah,
They
they
were
probably
just-
back to the tracks back then.
Yeah, I don't know. They just looked hot. It's all that mattered to me.
Well, some people are not saying it's not only backing tracks. It's
Oh, wait a minute. Damn it, make you go to answer. Crick Stisson. Sammy rules. Yeah, Sammy's good. Sammy's good. Sorry.
what's up, Kim?
What am I drinking? Oh, if Chris is still on. Chris, let's see. I have the Jeffersons for the night. That's what I have.
I have Reverend Elijah Craig,
The Reverend.
the Reverend that we just found out.
Pepsi.
I just found out he was the Reverend, and Pepsi.
Can I get a piece of ice, Dwayne?
Yes,
I've got the single.
they're all melted together though. Have to break one up.
I got it.
You got it.
Yep, I got it.
And back to the last story. Probably the Kiss should have
Hey, Chris. Hello.
hung it up a little bit ago.
I just answered you, Chris. I'm drinking Jefferson's. Go ahead.
So they probably should have hung it up a tour or two ago.
Who? Kiss?
Yeah. But if they're doing it, I have no problem with backing vocal tracks.
Dude, if I was in their position and people still came,
Yep. Keep on doing it.
I'd keep going.
Yeah.
When they quit coming, then hey,
Is it better to burn out or fade away?
fade away.
But I don't think they should be bad mouthing
Neil Young.
Ace and Peter Chris.
That's what the internet do. The internet,
does-
sucks for
yeah.
this shit.
No.
You
I don't
know?
care if Ace and Peter plays a note. Take them,
Yeah.
put them up on stage, say, "Hey, this is Ace, this is Peter."
Well, it's the new. It's the even the we bitch about fake news, blah 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 blah. Well, even the music news, they report on if some guy talks something political or something.
Roger
Whatever.
never does that.
We can get really deep.
They shouldn't even give the guy
platform.
But that's news to them. Oh, he said this. This is exclusive. Blah blah.
Roger has been incorporating it in his shows.
So if your band was successful,
I'd throw
on the
fucking
level,
shit at him.
half the
I
level
think
of
it's great.
Kiss or Van Halen, and you was going out for your last retirement gig, what would you take?
What do you mean? What would I take?
Who would you take?
Who are you talking about?
You.
Me?
You've been the root of so many bands throughout your career.
I'd take everybody. If I
Right.
could.
If you could.
Yeah.
If you could get along with them and everything would work out.
Yeah, I'd take everybody.
And have them play the songs where they were relevant.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying about Kiss and Van Halen. But it don't, legally, sometimes it don't work out that way.
No.
You can't do it.
No, there's lawyers and contracts and that kind of stuff for those type people.
Right.
Okay. Next news item. Jeff Tate is still touring on the Operation Mindcrime album. Still doing
And we live witnessed
and opened for him
and opened
back
for
in
him
June.
in June,
And he's still going.
and the quality is still just as it was in the
Did
80s.
they actually do an original album, or are they Operation Mindcrime?
Oh,
Or did they release
Several
something?
albums.
I'm not talking about what's their band name.
Queensryche.
Queensryche. I'm not talking about Queensryche, but Operation Mindcrime. That's a new thing, right? Can you explain that to me one day? I can't.
Yeah, they
Legally, he can't perform with the original band. The original band cannot perform with him.
they had a split.
But you said he did an album. You said he's still touring an album. So that's a
Queensryche album.
that he's touring with?
And he helped write, and he sang. And the vocals is a prominent part of Queensryche.
So basically,
a prominent part.
Operation Mindcrime is just a name.
It's a name of an album.
It's the name
by
of an album.
Queensryche.
That's what he calls his band now.
Mhm.
Operation Mindcrime.
But they're not putting out new stuff as Operation Mindcrime.
No, not yet. No. He's going out and performing that album in its entirety.
Because the popularity of that album.
It's epic.
Yeah, the first that was the one that brought him to prominence in the U.S.
Yep.
Operation Mindcrime album. The second one was Empire. And
Yeah.
I don't know between those two albums, what do you which one you say is better? It's hard to say. They're really just both great.
It's a
albums.
concept album, front to back.
I'm a big concept
Stuff.
album guy. You know
It's
that.
awesome. Yeah.
Pink
Well, that's
Floyd.
one you should listen to. Operation
I haven't.
Mindcrime.
I will.
Yeah.
And vocal wise, Jeff Tate is back in the 80s was extremely above a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard him just this last year, and he was still right there. I mean,
But
he
the guy-
never missed a note.
The guy that was probably the driving force of all the writing and everything, Chris DeGarmo.
Yeah,
And he quit back in the 90s. Said, I'm done.
he's not in either band.
Hadn't been since the 90s. He's like,
Yeah,
I've had enough.
Maybe that's why they haven't come
Well,
out
when
with
you
original
have-
stuff.
the success of those two albums, it's kind of hard to go back
Yeah.
and we're just trying to beat them again.
Yeah, he just said, I've done enough. And
That's
he
good enough.
was the principal writer of everything.
Wow.
I mean, even the Silent Lucidity and all that was all him.
Yeah.
Now he and Tate put it together and added, all the orchestration and all that shit, but he wrote it.
Right.
So yeah, he's a beast.
The Tate needs to be more inventive and come up with his own album. Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily. I'm cool with him performing the old albums,
Still, yeah, I guess it's kind of cool.
and it's awesome. It's epic.
I don't know. As we get older, sorry, Will, you think, there is a point of creativity that it quits coming to you, or the gifts for Eddie Van Halen, for one, they quit coming to you, or once you've had that, it's hard to come above it and to put yourself out there because people viewed what you had done in the past is this great. How do you overcome it?
Yeah.
It's really
when you come out, it's new though. You know.
right when you first started.
So when you do it again, it's not new.
It's not new, but it's still. You know, Eddie Van Halen is still playing Eddie Van Halen. It's not new anymore.
I know, but last time I saw him, he was playing better than I've ever heard him, and I've seen him 6-7 times.
I know.
And he's playing better than ever. Now,
but the people that want to say, I've done what I've wanted to do, and now I want to do something else.
Well, there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Maybe he's painting, or
Yeah.
I don't know. Some
Like
other
John Mellencamp.
Yeah, some other type of creativity, or he just
Garfunkel.
decided I've created enough.
Garfunkel did that.
Paints.
Yeah, he went into paint when Simon went on that.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing with musicians. They turn to painting.
I hadn't got there yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know when someone gets.
We're not ready to put you out to pasture yet, though. So
No. When a person puts themselves out, that's a different story, though, right? Like,
okay.
What'd you call him? What's his name? From Queen's Right, the guitar player.
Oh, Chris DeGarmo.
Chris Tagano. So he's decided that that's it. I've created enough.
Yeah.
And I've gave enough to the world of art through music.
Right.
That's his decision, and that's a personal thing.
I don't want to tour anymore.
I can get that.
That's what it gets down.
Well, I don't get that yet. Now I need to tour first, and then I'll get there.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be really grand to be on tour. Because I vision it different than probably what it really is. Because if I go to a place, I want to spend the day, at least see some sights at every place I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there and just play, sleep, and go to a no show.
Right.
And play and sleep and go to a new show. I want to see that city or that surrounding area. Because what is a tour if you don't see the world which would end your touring?
Right. And that's why you should do it.
That's why you should do it. And to me personally, I think you should try to get inspiration from that city, or at least some of those cities, some of those places that
meet
you
the people.
see. Meet the people, meet the culture, and try to put that into your music. Incorporate your life into all your music.
Yes. That's how you should do it.
That's how you should do it.
That's how you should
But
do it.
then the world of managers, producers, and all that come into play, and they're just trying to get you show every night.
Yeah.
And that's what can get to burn musicians out. Just like Neil Peart used to ride his motorcycle between shows.
Yeah. And that was his favorite part, was going from little town to little town and meeting people, and they didn't know who he was.
It didn't matter.
Just sit down in a little cafe and get breakfast, and nobody bothers you. But you watch people and
learn and experience the world.
Yep.
Don't just go on tour to put on different shows every night. Go on tour to see the world and learn from your experience and your experience. That's just your experience every day.
It's pretty damn deep.
That's what I've always envisioned.
Yeah.
Wanting to be if we made it as a band.
Yes. Now, being older, we would do that. But
if we were younger and made it, we'd just do the show.
Show.
We'd get, money.
Get drunk and wake up. Are we at the next place?
Yeah, let's play.
Where are we? Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. More news.
My gosh, you got a lot of news tonight.
Bad news.
Bad news.
Bad news. Bernie Torme.
Yeah.
Bernie Torme. He was.
I know him, but I can't.
When Randy Rhoads died.
Yeah.
He was the first guy that came.
JB joined a long time ago.
JB? What's up, JB?
Tammy Kaiser, Michael Jared.
Okay, so Bernie Torme, when Randy Rhoads died, he was the first guy they hired to fill his shoes. They wanted to continue the tour. They hired Bernie Torme.
Okay.
It wound up not being his thing, and he wound up leaving. But he and I are endorsed by Planet Tone Pickups.
Oh, wow.
Me and Me and Bernie Torme.
You and Bernie.
Me and Bernie. But anyway, he is very sick. He's getting older and got like pneumonia and shit and been in the hospital and not done real well. Same with Ozzy Osbourne. Have you seen his news here lately? He's on some big worldwide tour and stuff, and he's like been on an event and shit with pneumonia and yeah, not good. You know, I'm getting old. He's almost 70.
Yeah. Well,
He's
we
probably
wish both of them well.
yeah.
Well wishes, and hopefully both of them can recover.
You know, Ozzy's out trying to tour and stuff, and he's probably doing it just to keep away from Sharon.
Farewell! Oh, the Osbournes, the TV
I loved
show.
it.
Oh my gosh!
I loved it. Seen him throw raw meat over the fence to his neighbors because they was bitching. He just throw raw meat.
Well, Sharon had like 5 little dogs.
Oh yeah, seeing Ozzy Osbourne pick up dog shit. Did you see the show that he did with Jack, his son?
Yeah, Jack and Ozzy tours the world.
World Detour or
Yeah,
something. They
Detour.
do history.
Well, I saw the one where they actually went back and got the tapes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Randy Rhoads.
Right.
And actually just the raw tapes of Randy Rhoads alone moved Ozzy to tears. Nothing else, no drums,
Yeah.
no nothing, just the guitar. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that just shows you how close that he and Randy were. But how much emotion that Randy put into his playing, and it came through it.
Oh yeah. He's one of a kind,
Yeah.
for sure. But the show.
Yeah, the show. Okay.
I love the show. Ozzy and Jack's World Detour. Ozzy's really big into United States history.
Oh,
So they'll go like to Mount Rushmore or the biggest ball of yarn or anything weird. Anything weird, and Ozzy loves it.
Yeah.
And he's so comical. He's funny. And he's always cold. You ever notice it, Pam?
No, I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pam notices. She
Yeah.
says he's cold in every episode. And I started noticing every show he's cold. He's always cold.
Yeah.
So he's a funny guy.
Nice ring for him hollering, Cheryl!
Cheryl! All right. Next news item.
All right.
Slash confirms that Guns N' Roses, they kind of got back together. Slash, Axl, and Doug McKagan. They're writing new music.
Wow.
Interesting. So we shall see.
So
What happens?
Izzy is not included.
No, he's not been invited to anything.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know
It
about
must
that
have
one
pissed him off
either.
pretty bad.
Steven Adler was bad into alcohol and drugs.
Right. Drugs, you're out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It just happens.
Yeah. Anyway, fuck you.
But
Drugs,
I think
fuck
Steven added to the first.
Well, you're not
album.
just talking about you're not talking about pot either. You're talking about
No, that's not drugs. That don't count.
yeah, like you're talking about
hard
what?
stuff.
Yeah, hard stuff. Snorting pills and
Adler was on.
heroin and
Well, he's on the TV show Recovery.
yeah.
Whatever that Recovery TV
Yeah,
show
Dr.
was.
Drew, yeah, whatever. Yeah. And
I feel for those guys.
Mike Starr was on there, Alice in Chains' original bass player, and he wound up dying.
Yeah.
Overdose. Even after going through that shit. Bummer.
I don't understand it. But
I don't either.
I feel for the guys. There is some creativity in those people,
Sure.
and it seems that the drugs bring it forth, but that's still not a good reason.
No. Mickey Six overcame it. It took
Yeah.
him forever.
It took him a long time. He actually died.
Yeah, twice.
That's what Kickstart My Heart, the song, is about.
Yep. He died twice.
Nicky has a
And
great
he got through it.
personality. Has done some hosted some radio shows. He's got a great personality.
Yeah, he does.
Done well. Even past the Motley Crue thing.
Next news item. I only got 2 more news items.
Got 2 more.
These we won't talk much about these. Twisted Sister. JJ French, the guitar player, has retired.
Yeah.
And they did a reunion or a farewell tour.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, he says, "I'm done."
Okay.
He kind of did a Neil Peart.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've done enough.
That's good.
I'm done.
That's fine. Correct.
Yeah. He has
He's
no
contributing.
desire to do it again.
Yeah.
So it's like Neil. You know,
I mean,
he's
people
done enough. You know,
people
Neil.
look at Twisted Sisters and Poison and think they're, you know, just 3-chord bands.
Yeah.
But Dee Snider went before Congress and made a very good, excellent intellectual
Yes.
statement.
Yeah, made those senators and Tipper Gore look stupid.
Looks
What did you,
yeah.
tell me that story for a second.
Back in the 80s, this is before albums were labeled explicit or whatever.
Oh, okay.
She was trying to, Al Gore, you know who Al Gore
Yeah.
is. His wife, Tipper, she was trying to censor
Expression. Art.
anything
Yeah.
that was bad, that didn't fit her Christian values.
Right.
You know, like stifle everybody.
Like,
Was she trying to make? Was she trying to just put like an explicit tag on it, or was she trying to make them change words?
She was just wanting
make them change words or not be produced, not be
Yeah.
put out there
We
for
can't do
public
that.
consumption. And it was she
that's
was
what
actually
that's what was happening in the 80s.
I don't know that.
and Dee Snider, the lead singer, the forefront member of Twisted Sister, is a very first intellectual person, had a high IQ, went before Congress.
Yep, they called him into Congress, and he come in with his get up that he wears and long hair and all that, and
He had
sat
his-
down, and they
Had
thought,
his teeth ground into a V shape, like a vampire, all that.
they thought they were going to nail him when he walked in. He sat down and he fucking
They was gonna make a laughing stock of him.
yeah.
He made a laughing stock.
He schooled them.
He schooled them.
Yep.
He told them, "This is censorship. We have a right of expression, a free speech,
Yep.
and that's what we're doing in our albums." And he took them to school. I mean,
Yeah.
he did school them. He really did.
Well, I'm glad that
And
that-
all of his get up and stuff. I mean, you could have schooled it down. You could have played it down. He could have put a hat on, put it in a ponytail, and on it. No, he didn't go in full regalia like he does
Yeah.
in concert. But he went in
He came in with
as a rocker,
Yeah, he still
came in
looked
as a
like a
rocker.
rocker.
and he explained himself and explained his point of view. He explained our point of view to Congress in a very intellectual way.
Yes.
And made them look stupid for even being there doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
It was a very turning point.
It was major. Yeah, it was major.
They still got
for
to
the whole
put
industry.
labels on the albums.
Yeah,
Okay,
which-
you can label it.
that
It's
makes-
explicit lyrics.
Sure.
Okay,
That
that
makes
makes the teenagers want to buy it more. All right.
Right. Explicit lyrics. I want this shit.
We ran out of music there.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm tired of
Go
hearing
back to
it.
Milwaukee Cigarettes.
Thanks. Tired of hearing it.
All right. You got another news bulletin?
That's going to different stuff. I will let that play. Oh, see, that's secret stuff. Nobody pay
That's secret
attention.
stuff. Don't listen to that.
Okay. Anyway, last one.
All right.
Mike Tramp.
Yep.
Who's
I
Mike
saw
Tramp?
him. The voice of the White Lion, which he hates that tag. I
Yeah.
think from the last post I saw.
Yeah. So he just. It took him 20 years to pay off $1 million that he owed in taxes.
I feel for you, bud.
Yeah.
It's not taxes, but I got other things I got to pay
Yeah,
off.
but I mean, but
Yeah.
some his
11 solo albums before he could lose the tag of the voice of White Lion.
But he just now
Paid off back taxes.
paid off back taxes.
From what? This first and second White Lion
Yeah,
album?
so he never realized any of the royalties the whole time since their stuff came out.
Yeah.
Don't that suck?
Yeah.
As popular as it was,
Yeah.
and
And it's technical.
you tour and all that, and you get nothing. even though you're like one of the top 5 bands.
You know who probably caused it? His manager.
Oh yeah,
record
somebody fucked
company.
him. Somebody fucked him.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee it. Alright, then we gotta go to the library. We lost our tunes. Alright, let's just go with these guys. Just something. Can't play anything current. Whatever. This is background music anyway. Yeah, that sucks for him.
Yeah. We ran over.
I got no music.
No more news?
No more news. No more news.
Yep.
Mick and Duane show. Wrap it up.
Is that a wrap?
A symbolic gesture.
Yeah.
Symbolic
In the
gesture.
house.
Hey, I
Yes.
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's
All
great
right.
being here.
You.
You.
Thanks for tuning in.
I just try to fit in with the cool kids.
There you go.
Cool
So
guy.
the next time will be whenever we feel like doing a show. We'll catch you guys later. We are out.
Love you.